And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by our good friends at Fidelity First. There's my broadcast partner, Keith Fustel, out there by the historic Laurel Park paddock. Late pick 4. Let's start right there, Keith. Late pick 4 yesterday paid over $14,000. Those are the kind of payouts you're getting here this summer meet at Laurel Park. We're into the third weekend. We had some big long shot payouts yesterday. Greeley's Banker, a $49 winner for Wayne Potts and Ty Live Pristina. Pataz, a big long shot winner, like a $33 winner for the crafty Mike Gorham and Sheldon Russell. Sheldon Russell won 3. Trevor McCarthy won 3. The 10-year-old Chocolate Ride won. And just big payouts everywhere. We have some nice carryovers today as a result. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Like the card today. And going back, we had a $4,000, over $4,000, 50-cent pick 3 payoff, ending with No Mo Lady in the 8th race. A horse took quite a bit of play off of that morning line of 15-1. Made me look a little silly there, right? Down to 6-1. Absolutely galloped. Had some early trouble. Shifted out behind, a wall of horses coming to the stretch and really fired home. Preliminary buyer 85 for No Mo Lady for Trumbetta and Company.
Well, let's start right there. That was a big feature of the day. No one looked goofier than me with my Stronach 5 ticket. I didn't come close as No Mo Lady. That was, her 4-year-old debut for Mike Trumbetta? Yep. She'd run once back in January. This was the second race of her 4-year-old career. Yeah, Maryland-bred daughter of Uncle Mo for R. Larry Johnson and Mike Trumbetta. She'd run well sprinting on the turf as a 3-year-old and as a 2-year-old. Pimentel gets to win. So that one paid. Let's go ahead with the Stronach 5 recap. That horse paid $15.80. No Mo Lady. Then you had a long shot winner at Gulfstream. The 5 Meadow Beauty won for Mark Cassie. My single one, the favored one, you had a 4-5 shot going to Vegas. Paid $360 at Santa Anita. Then leg D here at Laurel Park, race 10. You had the 7 power back win for Chucky Houghton. Rosario Montanez aboard that winner. That was a $17 horse. And then you had the favored Mando win the finale at Golden Gate. So you had a 4-5 shot, a favorite at Golden Gate, and then 3 nice prices, and you get almost $18,000 in that Stronach 5 yesterday. Yeah, don't feel bad, Keith. I wasn't close in the Stronach 5. It's been tough out here these first 3 weeks of the summer meet. Long shots galore. I'm trying to pick the long shots. I just haven't picked the right ones yet, but there's some live long shots I like today.
And I think No More Lady played stronger, bigger than that 6-1 payout. In the first leg there, leg A of the Stronach 5. You had one little free square, as you talked about. So, pretty nice little payout there, $17,000. That could pay a few bills for me, I know.
Yeah. I'd like to. I'm due for one of those. It's been a while. I'm due for a Stronach 5. We'll have that back next Friday. But let's talk about the nice carryovers we have today on our Big 10 race program. We're fast and firm. Nice carryover in that late pick 5. It's almost $7,000. That's going to start race 6 on the 10 race card. As always, that industry low 12% takeout on all the pick 5s here at the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park. So that'll be well played. Almost $7,000 late pick 5 starting race 6. I have a ticket for that. Naomi Tucker has a ticket for our 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 5, and nice little carryover in that, over $4,800 for the Rainbow Pick 6. So Naomi has a ticket for that. All of our tickets and picks for today can be found on the website, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, you can watch our live stream on the website as well, or your favorite ADW. Thanks to all our Maryland racing fans and fans coast to coast for tuning in and betting our signal. We had our strong handle yesterday. Let's take a look at the track and weather conditions today. Fast track and firm turf course. We're on the bowl game. The inner turf course is the bowl game rail at 17 feet. The outer turf is the Exceller turf course with the rail at 70 feet. So fast and firm. We had nice fair conditions, I thought, yesterday. Your thoughts on the conditions today, Keith?
I think the turf course is playing fair for the most part. Dirt yesterday, you noticed the trend. It was high and wide every step of the way pretty much yesterday on that dirt track. We'll see what it's like today. I know the water trucks came out early, but then they came out late yesterday during the card. So you got to monitor that, kind of looking at the surface a little bit. It lightens up a touch, and I'll try to give you some notes from what I see upstairs staying if I see that trend continuing again today.
All right, sure. Yeah. Keep us updated on all the track conditions. A couple guys that are keeping close attention to the track condition. They know where to go, too. Trevor McCarthy and Sheldon Russell. They both put on a show yesterday. They won 6 of 10 races, each with a hat trick yesterday.
And a great ride by Trevor on Hey Boy, a horse we really liked yesterday.
Right.
I mean, outside post, right to the inside in the first 16th of a mile to get position. You got to love that. You're going to win races time and time again when riding smart like that. And Sheldon, how about getting up on Chocolate Ride? Look, beat every step of the way.
Yep.
Finally found some room through the final furlong, and the horse, the old boy, just responded to surge inside of rivals to just get up in time. Exciting stuff. Very quality riders, both of those guys. Like them a lot. Good personalities, and they're going to be tough moving forward. Yep.
All right, well, let's tell everybody how they can bet all the action today here at Laurel Park on First Bet. When you sign up, use promo code Sport of Kings. You get a $10 credit and a $500 bonus. First Bet users have free access to the best features in horse racing, including seamless wagering interface, AI-enhanced algorithms to help you make smarter picks, real-time stats and probabilities, betting, live video, and replays for more than 300 tracks on First Bet. So don't miss any of the action on First Bet. Use promo code Sport of Kings when you sign up, and you get that $10 credit and up to a $500 bonus. Let's jump right into the action.
Okay.
We have a bunch of stuff for all the races today. Race 1 starts the Rolling Super High 5. A little carryover to get you going, $847. That bet also features a low 15% takeout. Race 1 also kicks off the popular Early Pick 5 mandatory payout on the Early Pick 5 industry low 12% takeout. Let's check out my ticket real quick. $36 play. I'm 4 deep here in Race 1. I think the 1, 2, 6, 5. Maybe I can get a little price with the 1. I don't have a price here. Well, no, I do have a price. The 6 Victory Given. Ty Live Bustina scored on that long shot yesterday. Greeley's banker. So Ty's live here for Jose Corrales, a hot trainer. Victory Given, a decent price here in the opener. My single, that comes up in Race 8. That's a nice second level allowance race today, going 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game turf course. A nice single there on the 8, Something Magical at 9-2. Jevion Toledo aboard for Phil Schoenthal. Something Magical,
Wow.
3-time winner here on the Laurel turf. She's making her 5-year-old debut today, coming off a long break. I'll take a shot with the 8, Something Magical, in Race 4 as my single on this Early Pick 5. Race 4, one of our big features of the day. Here we go. Race 1, a mile and a 16th on the main track, claiming 10,003 and up. Never won 2. Lifetime, I go with the 1 here for Jamie Ness, Horacio Caramanos to ride his 4-year-old son of Langford. A decent third first off the claim back in February. That was against 16,002 Life. Tried the turf last out on opening weekend. Didn't run too bad on the turf. Now has a race under his belt. Second race back off the break and finds a nice soft spot today. Caramano should get a ground-saving trip here on this 4-year-old. So I'll take a shot with the 1 at 3-1.
Yeah, I think he needs to be laying a little bit closer than he did last time on the turf. He's got a little bit more speed on the main track, draws inside, good position to kind of maybe move up into range by the time they hit the quarter pole. Not a lot of true speed in this race. I think it's going to be provided by the 2 Curlin's Knight and the 4. It's known as the Burn, but I go outside, Stan, with Coffee Please. I like all of Rudy Sanchez Salamon's horses today. I think he's got 3 running, and Coffee Please, no good last time off the break, right? We're going turf to dirt. We've got a little stat on Rudy Sanchez Salomon. Here we go. Last 3 years, turf to dirt and claiming races. How about this? 6 for 17, 35% with an ROI. That's gaudy. 627. Coffee Please, off the claim back in March, bet down, 9-5. Thought the horse was going to get the job done. No fire whatsoever. I don't know what happened there. Brought the horse back off the layoff onto the turf. No good there. This horse is not a turf horse. So I'm going to give him one final shot. They did not drop this horse to the nickel. Holds the $10,000 level. If the track plays like it did yesterday, I'm hoping early can get that stalking trip from just outside.
All right, I didn't use the 8, but you get one of our top riders, Rosado, with 4 wins here for the summer meet. He's tied with Pimentel with 4 wins. I didn't use the 8, Coffee Please. We both like the 2, though. The 2, Curlin's Knight, 5-year-old son of Curlin for the Parks trainer, Harold Weiner. Trevor McCarthy off that big day yesterday. McCarthy rides this horse. This horse is going to press the pace. Doesn't have to go to the front. Might go to the front from the inside. McCarthy might go right to the front, or he can get a nice stalking trip here with the 2 Curlin's Knight, who we both use.
I think it's going to be his choice. If he breaks cleanly, he's just going to really, I think, have to spy on the 4. Coffee Please is another one. When he's right, might have a little bit more speed. But they look like the 2 to me. Yeah, Harry horse ran pretty good yesterday. Down on the inside, worst part of the racetrack. I put that horse on stable mail, but I think this horse hangs around quite a ways. I think Eastport Stan is a horse you've got to pay attention to here. For Claudio, another one, second off the break. He's 5 for 8 the last couple years, turf to dirt off of a layoff on this kind of move here. $4 ROI, that works. So
Sure.
Eastport's another one going for maybe some lower percentage trainers to Claudio. You might see a wake up back to the main track. 8-5-2-1.
And the Claudio Gonzalez Bond, your leading trainer right now with 6 wins here for the summer meet. All right, let's turn the page. Big field here on the turf for race 2. You like the early pick 4. Starts in this nice starter allowance, going 2 turns on the Exceller turf course rail at 70 feet. Let's check out your pick 4 ticket and see how you play it.
Yeah, I've got the 2 logical horses. I'd like to add a little bit more if I could in here. It's only a $16 base wager for everybody, so add as you please. There's a couple other horses I'm going to use in this race. In the race 2, I'm going to use the 3 and the 15. But I'm going to key around the 5 and the 7, Singapore Flash and Noble Lion. Third race, 2 deep as well with the 2 Lucky 99 and the 9 Creative Alibi. 2 deep in the 4th with the 3 and the 7. Like hip hop today, wrap it up 3, 8, 11, 12. 4 deep there for a $16 ticket. Some firsters of interest in there, the 3, 11, and the 12.
All right, some nice races in this early pick 5, early pick 4 sequence. I like hip-hop a little bit today as well. Let's check out race 2 on the Exceller, mile and a 16th. Nice 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime. I go with a recent winner. This horse came off the break and just ran lights out, I thought, on opening weekend here for Judy DiNatale. Made that big move around the far turn. You knew it was over with that big move he was making. And, well, now sometimes, I shouldn't say that because sometimes horses make that big move around the far turn coming off a break, then they flatten out in the stretch. Well, this horse, he didn't flatten out at all. He got in front 2.5, turnover home, won by 3 going away. Stand My Ground by Temple City. He ran some big races last year as well against some nice turf runners. So I hope Fergal Lynch can just tuck in somewhere mid-pack going into that first clubhouse turn. Hopefully he doesn't get caught too wide on that first turn. I think Stand My Ground, a sharp recent winner, now facing winners for the first time. A lot tougher race today, going from the maiden 25 to the starter allowance. But let's hope DiNatale has this 4-year-old right.
I like the way this horse patiently handled last time. Patiently handled, Stan, I should say. And when Lynch said go, the horse just really responded, eager through the line. Tauber, who draws in, right, comes in also outside. Similar running style, stretches back out, got the job done for maiden 25. Sprinting, Noble Lion. I've got video of this last race. It's going to be second time for Kelly Rubley, right? There's another horse second time Rubley today that I like. But Noble Lion, pretty good run. You see the winner that day, right? Old Dominion. Old Dominion came here for 16,000, 3 in life, got absolutely hammered at the windows and won clear. Noble Lion tries to make the move up the inside and does. Challenges here leaving mid-stretch. Got forced in a little bit late, but I tell you, game to the wire, off a little bit of a break there from October to March. Noble Lion, I think, is going to be poised. Might have a little bit better finish than Singapore Flash. Maybe Singapore Flash comes out a little bit better races, but it's that extra 16th of a mile that concerns me. Stidham doesn't do a whole lot of this claiming, like 0 for 4, second off the claim with turf horses. Doesn't do that smooth a lot, but improvement in the numbers first off the claim, I think is a user going to get a great trip drafting in just off the speed. And can you go wrong? You've got Sheldon Russell right now, man, riding as well as anybody.
Yeah, and that's for our old buddy David Ross down there at Colonial. That's Dar Zink. So Stidham training for an outfit that does well in the claiming game. So I used the 5 in the 7, just trying to beat him with a recent winner. You mentioned Tauber. I'm glad you did because the 11 Bellarmine Hall scratched.
Right.
I wasn't sure about Tauber, but Tauber draws in and runs for Hugh McMahon. Yeah, recent winner, sprinting on the turf. So this horse probably going to show some speed. You get Toledo, top 3 leading rider right now. So the 15 Tauber makes things interesting. This could be a lively early pace, which could set it up for a closure like the 14 Stand My Ground. So we both like the 5 and the 7. You like the 3 as well. Toe Curl and Kiss for Donnie Barr and Angel Cruz.
He just looks kind of like a teaser, doesn't he, Stan? Had some big workouts in the morning. He's got some buyer figures that work, but he's got some issues sometimes. Gets in trouble early, falls well back. He's run against the right kind. If the light bulb ever goes on for him, I think he's got some talent, hidden talent. It just hasn't really emerged yet all the way. So I'm going to toss him. I think you're going to get a square price on the 3 toe curling kiss.
All right, so big field here, going 2 turns on the Acceler with the rail at 70 feet to kick off the early pick 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 3. We're going 5.5 furlongs. Maiden claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Let's go right to the videotape we have here on the 2. Lucky 99, 5-2 morning line coming off the long layoff. Here's the race from April 2019 here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, a little trouble in the turn. Had to tap the brakes behind a couple of horses there contesting the issue. 3-5 on the lead. Blame it on the kiss is going to get it done that afternoon. I tell you, though, Lucky 99 is able to recover, drops inside, and then shifts back out here for the final furlong. Makes a good close to just missed by 3/4 of a length. That was first-time blinkers. Second-time blinkers, kind of a similar number. Now we're off over a year. I think it's like, let's win and sell maybe for Country Life on the 2 Lucky 99. But she's got enough speed, not a lot of sharp speed in here. I think the 1's going to have to send. Maybe the 1 and the 2 kind of just go out there and dictate and can hang around. But I like the 9 Creative Alibi first off the claim. I think this horse can circle. Hopefully the track is playing like it did yesterday and rally in to that flow.
All right, yeah, we both try to beat the favorite here with the 9 Creative Alibi. Are in a decent race back in late February at this level. So is now in for the waiver, in protected. Was a beaten favorite for that maiden 16, but ran a decent race. Now you get Victor Carrasco aboard for Mark Reed. So we both like the 9 Creative Alibi over the favorite, Lucky 99 in race 3. Let's get to the middle pick 4.
Right.
That starts race 4, one of our features of the day, a nice second level allowance condition going 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game turf course, rail at 17 feet. It's a nice second level allowance for Filly mares 3 and up. Let's start with the 3, your top pick. We have a video spotlight of Hip Hop opening weekend here at Laurel Park against third level allowance company this day, Keith.
Yeah, jumped the condition, as did another horse in here, Denrobia. This particular afternoon, this is a really, really good field. And Hip Hop did not disgrace herself. Was caught 3 and 4 wide every step of the way. Closed up some ground late. You see the short comment there. Trying is something I kind of added on the last couple of years. I just think a lot of times people just look at a running line and they don't go back and watch that video. You got to just see the effort. This horse is giving effort every step of the way to the line, just as a little bit better grip. And I like what Salzman and company have done. They've gotten this filly to learn how to rate a little bit further off the pace. Today, I think she just tucks up beautifully behind the speed, and she's going to pounce turning for home.
All right, I like her. I use her in the exacta. We both like the 8 as well. Something Magical is coming off the long break. Her 5-year-old debut today for Phil Schoenthal. Barn looking for their first win here for the summer meet. Something Magical loves it here. 3-time winner on the Laurel turf. Just got beat a neck at this level last October here at Laurel. Ran decent, going 9 furlongs in the Maryland Million that day. But I think Something Magical been working okay here at Laurel Park. She'll be ready to go 5.5 on the turf with one of our leading riders, Jevion Toledo. I just think breaking from the 8-hole kind of mid-pack, she'll get a nice stalking trip with Toledo today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see 3 races back in September, right behind Ellie B, who was a good second, right, in that 3 other then in May here, in late May with the race with Hip Hop and Denrobia. So, yeah, she's got to be factored. I just wish Phil won a little bit more off the layoff. That's my biggest concern there with that particular runner. I think Fly's another one, former Schoenthal runner, now in the barn of Brittany Russell, off since April of 19. But, man, facing pretty heavy heads down at Gulfstream Park. Turf layoffs really doesn't bother me too much. The 2-back try, Samarfa, that horse came back to win a stakes down there with a good number, close to a 90. So Fly will be ready. You've got Lynch. This horse is another one. She'll probably get covered up a little bit and try to find that seam through the top of the stretch. Speed is going to be the 1, maybe an Omen if she comes away cleanly. The 6, Tarawa is pretty quick. Question mark horse is never enough time. We saw the Trombetta horse, No Mo Lady, who had okay turf form, just explode on the turf yesterday. This one, looking at not a whole lot of turf to find in the family, but she's awfully quick when right, as is Gifted Heart. So tricky little race. I just like the way Hip Hop's coming along. I think she's in right around top form. She's as good as she's going to be.
She's doing well. What do you make of this Cal Lynch runner on the inside, making her 3-year-old debut, a daughter of Verrazano? She was pretty good, real good as a 2-year-old, never worse than third. She's won her last 2 sprinting on the turf. Now, the buyers are going to be a little low. Those were 2-year-olds last year, so she's a 3-year-old now facing older horses for the first time. It's coming off a long break. You get McCarthy. McCarthy going to have to get a sharp break and maybe going to try to go right to the front here with maybe an Omen.
Yeah, she clears. She might get Brave. I think she's going to get a little bit of pressure if this 6-horse does come away cleanly. Tara Waugh, but yeah, Midship Lady, who she beat, came back and run a 70 on June the 1st. She's going to have to improve a little bit more to beat some of these fillies and mares because they're seasoned on the grass.
All right, nice little feature here. Race 4 to kick off the middle pick 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, nice carryover today in the Rainbow pick 6. That's over 4,800, almost 7,000 in the late pick 5. That starts in race 6. We have tickets for all that right after this.
From March at every base and inside 2, but nothing stood in his way. Laurel will won the Preakness.
Get 'em up, high, put 'em up, high. We waking up high, high with my dogs riding high when we pull up high, high with my dogs riding high.
All right, welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 5 on the 10-race program. Here's the carryover, $4,821. Naomi Tucker, she'll be on with me this afternoon trying to give you some winners. Here's her ticket, very affordable, $43.20 play. She goes 4 deep here in race 5 with the 3, 7, 8, 11. Her single comes in race 9. Let's check that out. Race 9, a nice starter allowance going a mile on the dirt, and she singles on my top pick in there, the 4 Hammer and Ammer for trainer Brittany Russell and jockey Sheldon Russell. Sheldon Russell, your leading rider right now with 10 wins. Russell, Sheldon, and Brittany, they teamed up with Chocolate Ride. Chocolate Ride's win yesterday. So Hammer and Ammer looks tough in this spot. I have them on top there in race 9. Let's check out race 5. Going 6 furlongs, a lot of some nice first-time starters in here. Maiden claiming 40,000,
Yeah.
filly and mares 3 and up. We both go to the 11 here. The 11, Margie's Heaven, a homebred for M. Terry Shane. M. Terry Shane used to be a trainer around here for a long time. He's bred some nice horses. Hugh McMahon trains this 3-year-old first-time starter by Golden Lad. She's out of that Dance with Ravens mare, Margaret Mary, who was only 1 for 10, made 43,000, but the one win was a nice maiden special weight going 6 furlongs here in Maryland. And this filly's a half to Margie's Money, who had 6 wins, made over 200,000. She won first time out,
Yep.
didn't she? She
Yes,
won her
she
first
did.
2, I believe, Margie's Money.
I believe so. Definitely won first out.
Yep.
The mare, Margaret Mary, she won first out with a good number. So, yeah. And you're looking at her, Stan. You're looking at the 3. It's timeless. The relative is running in the race prior, right, in the 4th. But another one. This mare has had 2 debut winners. So, strong breeding here on the 3 and 11 and the 12. I just think, there's some speed in these families between the 3 and the 11. I think one of these 2 is going to emerge with a really good debut.
Well, some nice works for Margie's Heaven, including a Bullet 37 from the gate, June 10th. That was just 3 days ago here at Laurel Park. So she's going to be sharp, breaking from the 11 hole with Toledo. I used a 12 in my exacta here, Self-Assured. I'm a big fan of Tail of the Cat. He's a Major League sire, been around for a long time. Now, the dam was only 0 for 1, but the second dam was stakes place, made 152,000. This is a Brilliant Assurance first foal, and after this foal, they bred her back to Bandbox. So this is a homebred for Hillwood Stable and Rodney Jenkins, and most of those mares have been going to Bandbox, but the first time they bred this mare, they sent her to Kentucky to a Major League sire down there, Tail of the Cat. So they must really like this mare as their first foal. Victor Carrasco rides a nice 47-1 Bullet workout May 30th. So I like that. Now, the breaking on the far outside here, that's not great, but I like the far outside better than the one hole in debut. So I'll take a shot here with the 12 Self-Assured for Rodney Jenkins.
Free and clear out there, Stan. Free and clear, and the way the track was playing yesterday, that if it does play like yesterday, it's a good spot to be in, no problem. I'll throw the 8 in. This is a horse that might kind of get lost in the mix. Was claimed back in February for Claudio, back to the turf in return, no good. Dirt races work. This horse could improve, has that experience, and I think has a stalking position in here. Another long shot first, or Corby Kaz. We've seen him pop with a couple bombs, right?
99-1 was that might have been over 5 years ago, but remember it was either first-time starter or first-time Corby.
Yeah.
He did win here in Maryland with a 99-1 shot one day.
Yeah, and you've got a horse by Tri-Tap who's had some horses win early. The mare has had 2 first-time starters get the job done. That bodes well. And the 6 I was going to use a little bit of a price competitive edge, but that one's out. But pretty good little race. The 2, I know we have a video, right?
Yeah, let's check it out.
I think I don't have this horse. She ended up escaping my top 4. I thought she was going to make it, but I tell you, going in for the tag today. But this is a horse. We're going back to the debut race, right, Stan? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Virginia Beach race.
Yes, thank you. Had some speed, had to take back into the turn, but I tell you what, alters course through the stretch and actually finds more through the last 3/16 of a mile. Deco strong. This was a strong run through the final 1/8 of a mile. Look at that, altering course and just misses, rolls up late. Don't know what to think. Now for the tag, this horse has a little bit of talent. Only a 3-year-old, right?
3-year-old by Strong Mandate. Yeah, that was Virginia
He's-
Beach winning there for Country Life and Mike Trombetta. Then it bounced off that big debut, but then got back in good form early March up there at Penn National. I used the 2 Deco Strong for Flint Stites. Caramanos will ride. You mentioned the 7 Talia. Yeah, that filly by Tri-Tap. They've waited a while to get her to the races, but they've been patient with her. She is a half to $162,000 earner and a $95,000 earner. Nice sharp work from the gate up there at Fair Hill just 9 days ago. Rosario Montanez won the finale yesterday for Chucky Houghton, so you get a live rider. It's a big field here, a challenging race.
Yeah.
You might have a knockout punch in the first leg of this Rainbow Pick 6 today.
No doubt.
All right, let's turn the page. Late pick 5. This will be well played. Nice carryover here in the late pick 5. $6,922 the carryover for today's late pick 5. This will be well played as always at industry low 12% takeout. Let's check out my late pick 5 ticket, a $48 ticket. I couldn't come up with a single. Here's what I did. Race 6, I went 4 deep with the 1, 2, 5, 9. Now my top pick here in race 6 is the 1 Icy Lady for Mike Gorham and Sheldon Russell. They did it yesterday with Pataz at a big price, so I'll take a shot here with Icy Lady, who they won at the Meadowlands with last October at 36-1. This barn does it year after year with big long shot winners. So come on, Icy Lady at 8-1 for me here in race 6. I go 1, 2, 5, 9. Now race 7, I go with the 5, 9, 10, the 5 Cape Lookout. Alex Cintron aboard for Kieran Mcgee. But then the 9, I like Miner's Quest, and also the 10 Black Stetson with Toledo. So that's races 6 and 7. Now races 8, 9, and 10, I go with the Sheldon Russell Trevor McCarthy show. Race 8, Finbar with Sheldon Russell aboard for Susan Cooney. That's a daughter of Embar, who was a graded stakes winner on the turf. Finbar, a big price in race 8. The 11's going to be the favorite, though, Beantown Baby with McCarthy. Then I go McCarthy and Russell in race 9. I have the Hammer and Hammer on top, Russell in race 9. But the 9 Lucky Britches for Jamie Ness, the Ness barn with a 2-win day yesterday. McCarthy rides Lucky Britches. Then I use the 12 and the 9 Russell and McCarthy in race 10. Let's take a look here.
Okay.
Race 6. I'm 4 deep in this leg. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Exceller rail at 70 feet, claiming 16,000 filly and mares. Never won 3 or straight 3-year-old fillies. Had Mike Gorham get a 36-1 winner at the Meadowlands last October. They must not know him as well as we do. If I was up there at the Meadowlands late at night and saw Mike Gorham at 36-1, I'd bet a few bucks on him. But how about that? A big 71 buyer. Now it's coming off the layoff, making her 4-year-old debut today. Russell's going to get a ground-saving trip on the inside. He's going to be part of that early pace. He's going to be either 1, 2, 3, with a ground-saving trip going into that first turn. So that's good enough for me. Hopefully she can get a good trip the rest of the way around there.
I mean, after that test drive at 76-1 with T.B. Mejia, right, going 5/8 of a mile,
Right.
comes back and stretches out and says, "See you later." They must have had some wagers off track, Stan, not into the pools or something to hold that value, huh?
Sure,
36-1.
You know they cash.
I'm telling you.
All right, so I'll go with Icy Lady on top. You
Okay.
have the 5 on top. We have a video spotlight of I Love You for Rudy Sanchez Solomon. Here's the race, the Maryland Million race last October.
I guess I'm going to have to say those 3 words tomorrow for my anniversary, right, Stan? I love you to the
happy
to
anniversary.
the lovely Gina Fustel, to the missus, right? And I tell you, this horse off of a very good turf debut, all kinds of trouble in the Maryland Million ladies. I bet her that day at 9-1. I thought she was going to have a shot, but in a little bit tight. And look at this disaster all the way through the opening, probably furlong 3/16 of a mile. Never, ever gets settled. Here we go again, though. We got Rudy off of a little layoff, freshened up, a race with not a ton of speed. You go to the bottom side, second dam stand was a Palliser Bay. I think you remember that one. That horse could go long on the grass. I love you. One of my better bets today here for Rudy Sanchez-Salomon. Gets Rosario Montanez. Just, man, I hope she's not as rank as what she was out of the gate that particular day. Hope she's got it straightened up. But I like her a lot in here. I think Annie Boo Boo, a horse that owes me no money. We caught her off the layoff at a big price last time. She's shown some versatility, and she can be close. She can come from further back. She hit in some pretty good races. She's gotten in some good form last year. See if she can bring it back off the bench.
Well, you're getting a big rider change on I Love You from Pedroza to Rosario Montanez. I like that rider change. I like the 5 I Love You. I used the 9 as well. Annie Boo Boo ran at 1 at a big price coming off the layoff last year, so she can run a big one coming off the layoff. How about the Eddie Graham horse, True Meaning? She won by, 12 lengths coming off the layoff back in 2018. So she's tough with McCarthy. She'll get a ground-saving trip here for Eddie Graham. It's a nice race for filly and mares to kick off the late pick 5. I go 4 deep with the 1, 2, 5, 9. Let's take a look here. Race 7 to kick off the late pick 4, 6 furlongs main track, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months or never won 4. Some old-time campaigners in here. We both go with the 5 on top here for Kieran Mcgee. Alex Cintron rides his 6-year-old son of Preakness winner Shackelford. Here's a stat you have on trainer Kieran Mcgee.
I think we're going to pass on the stat. I might have sent in some bad info.
Okay.
So we'll pass on the stat. Anyhow,
okay,
don't be
my
scared
apologies.
of Kieran.
I still use the horse on top.
Yeah, I still use the horse. A couple of horses I've looked back on this kind of move off of this kind of drop off of when he's gotten the job done. We've seen Kieran do it time and time again. Get aggressive and get the job done. Cape Lookout is another one. Doesn't have a ton of speed. He might find himself a little further back off a little bit of a break, but I think he can kind of circle and get the job done. Miner's Quest maybe a similar trip as well. We're right on the 5, 9, and 10 in here. Cash Exchange is a horse. He's kind of in and out with his figures. I think he's sitting on a better race second time off a little bit of a break. Cash Exchange will get position early. I think he's going to bring a little bit more finish here with Rosales for Maldonado.
All right, so we both like the same 3 on top. Miner's Quest, I think, is going to run a real big race. Second off the layoff today, dropping, getting 7 pounds off. So we both like a 5, 9, 10 there in race 7. Here we go, race 8 to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the Acceler rail at 70 feet. Nice first level allowance for filly mares 3 and up. We both go with the 11 on top here. Beantown Baby. Here's the race from Tampa, late March. Let's check it out here against first level allowance. First off the claim, you don't see Delacour claim too many horses, but he claimed this filly by Artie Schiller for $25,000. Here's the effort first off the claim.
Yeah, Team Valor, they keep their eyes peeled and they find something they like and they go after it. And Beantown Baby that day, January 11th, absolutely galloped. Some trouble here, steadying along. Didn't break really sharp either. Had to be sent up into contention between horses. Then had aim top of the stretch. Boy, I would have liked to have seen a little bit better kick because this winner, she wasn't the strongest of horses. Maybe that trouble just did enough off a little bit of a break. But Beantown Baby draws outside. She's got that kind of pop move that she's going to probably use around the turn. But this isn't the easiest of A other thans here this afternoon.
Sure, and the 11's going to have to break sharp on the outside and doesn't have to go to the front. Might just get a stalking trip, but does have some early speed. All right, we both use Beantown Baby on top with Trevor McCarthy. I like Sheldon Russell on a long shot here, the one Finbar by exchange rate. She won a nice maiden special weight sprinting on the turf last year as a 3-year-old with an okay buyer speed figure. Then she ran a decent race going a mile on the turf last August at Colonial against Virginia Bred Stakes Company. She's out of that real good Royal Academy mare Imbar, who was a stakes winner on the turf. I believe she won the Gallarette at Pimlico. So Russell can get a nice ground-saving trip here on Finbar. It's going to need to get a sharp break, and it doesn't have too much early speed, but can hopefully maybe sit mid-pack or stalk the front flight of winners, of runners and maybe come right up the rail, turn it for home. You know, he's going to have his eye on McCarthy. It seems like they were running 1-2 around the track yesterday. There were a couple of McCarthy, Russell McCarthy exactas yesterday. So Beantown Baby likely going to be in front with McCarthy. Russell might be coming late here on the one fin bar.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be well back, but I'm not going to talk you off of a big price for a top rider. So that's always deadly. So fin bar is going to be back. We'll have to make a run into it, hoping for that hotly contested pace up front. I throw in the 3, My Galena route the sprint, a very good angle second time here for Kelly Rubley. A little bit of a middle move last time. It did have a contested pace early, just kind of a little bit flat through the stretch. I think you're going to see a better run from this one. Showed a lot of speed early on in career. I think is going to be able to kind of draft into position by the time they hit the top of the stretch.
All right, I like the 3. How about the 13, Introduce for Colts Next Stable and trainer Jorge Duarte Jr. Great press release about Duarte on our website. Check it out, laurelpark.com. Underneath the news items, Duarte just getting over some health issues. He's back training now. Toledo rides Introduce. This horse, a nice win on the main track last August here at Laurel Park, and then ran a decent race at this level, beaten favored, but ran behind Hip Hop and some nice horses that day. Makes her 4-year-old debut today. Been working okay up there at the private Colts Next Stable Training Center up there in New Jersey. I've heard that's a pretty nice place up there they have it in Jersey. So I'm interested to see her 4-year-old debut. Now Toledo's going to have to get a sharp break on the outside. If he does, he might get a real nice stalking trip here on the 13 Introduced.
Well, it's a situation where we might have to just drop in a path or two and hopefully get some cover around the turn and conserve some of that run, and then go from there, top of the stretch, pick wherever you want to go, outside, inside, in between. Introduce, I think, is up against it trip-wise today. Really going to have things kind of work out around the turn. What's wrong with Golden Can?
Yeah, 45 to 1.
45 to 1. I guess missed the wedding, right? Here I go. But outside to inside, this horse was awfully quick and got positioned pretty easily in a big field. Why not? The mare was good. I think she was like a 4-time sprint winner. You're still going to get another big price on her. And as game as she was, she hit the top, and she was not going to be denied. I mean, she held on resolutely through the final eighth of a mile. This is a very, very good other than as strong as you're going to see here, 5.5 on the grass.
Yeah, sure. Now, one of these recent winners, you like Golden Can today. I like the Dina Talley horse earlier today, who just had a big recent win. Well, one of them is going to run well today. All right, so Weston Hamilton on the Golden Lad filly. Golden Can going to be another big price here. Race 8, nice allowance feature for the filly mares. Let's turn the page here. 16,000 starter allowance in race 9, going a mile on the main track. We have a video spotlight on your top pick. I didn't use Awesome DJ, but that was a big win June 1st. Let's show you that win with Ty Liapustina. Liapustina with the big winner yesterday, Greeley's Banker, and she rides this filly by Awesome again for Jose Corrales.
It just got absolutely good position. Yeah, we liked this horse last time. Got 10 to 1. Heavy favorite was the Nest horse circling wide. It's James Wolfsilks, I believe, right? In the black and yellow, black and gold. But I tell you, Awesome DJ only had to run the last 3/16 of a mile. Was just, you sat there and kind of under some cover and just found a little seam here. Look at this, top of the stretch. See you later, eagerly to the wire, just widening with plenty left. I tell you, Awesome DJ, advantage over recency here. I think can get good position again. I'm not worried about the mile distance. It works for me. I'll use him right back. He's going to have to pair up. Because there's some good horses in here. Sure. I think Whirlin' Curlin, another. Here's Sanchez Salaman again, off the layoff. He works for me in this kind of situation. Speed, I think, is going to be provided. It got Grandma, the 7 for Kieran. Almost had an upsetter on the turf yesterday. Mock Tree, I think, stalks. And the 9, Lucky Bridge, is going to take plenty of play off of that big number last time at Parks. But just kind of like we saw in the Awesome DJ race, the horse didn't bring that race back. Will this one do it at a shorter price? Lucky Britches, who gets a draw outside and ran down Lone Speed last time out.
All right, well, I didn't use Awesome DJ, but that was a big, powerful win a couple weeks ago. You don't use my top pick here, the 4 Hammer and Amber coming off the break here. The Maryland bred by Jumpstart has a bunch of back class. He's made over almost $300,000 now. He's dropping now. Is it a drop or not? He's dropping from 2 other than optional 35 into this 16,000 starter optional, claiming 25,000. This spot might be a little easier today for the 4 Hammer and Amber. Been running against some tough horses. 4 Pack Jack Harper's first ride. So let's see if the Russells, they teamed up for Chocolate Ride yesterday. Let's see if they can do it here with the 4 Hammer and Hammer.
Yeah, I mean, Stan, if you're just looking at buyer numbers, consistent, 83, 83, 83. 83 is probably going to win this race, right? I'm just mad at him. I bet him last time out. He just didn't fire off a little bit of trouble. The 2-back race. Now, I'm not going to dismiss him in my exact. I'm going to spread around here kind of keying. I'm going to key Whirlin' Curlin' and Austin DJ first and second with a couple horses. That's the plan of attack in race 9.
All right, nice starter allowance there for 3 and up. Let's turn the page here. Back on the turf, race 10, 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game turf. Rail at 17 feet, claiming 12,500, 3 and up. I go to the far outside here. You like the 12 a little bit as well here. The 12, Tale of E. Dubai, has a win on the turf way back with a big 88 buyer speed figure. Trevor McCarthy rides for Jamie Ness and S-Barn with 3 wins here the summer meet. They had 2 wins yesterday. The son of E. Dubai likes to go right to the front. He's made over 400,000, looking for career win number 14 today. So McCarthy's not going to waste any time breaking from the far outside here on Tale of E. Dubai, right to the front here for the 7-year-old.
Well, his main competitor on the front end certainly looks like the 9 Golden Emperor. Well, those two, I think, will like to avoid a duel. I do believe Tale of E. Dubai might be a little bit quicker, into the turn. So if he clears, he could be gone. I'll take Charlie Mops, a little bit of a bump up, right? Last seen the Meadowlands for a nickel going long. This horse wants to sprint. 2 for 2 sprinting on the turf. It gets a perfect trip. We'll be able to save ground every step of the way around the turn, shift out, and let's make a run here with Charlie Marquez. 4-7-12. Smoking Hot Factor ran very good off a break with a lot of trouble last time out. This horse can bring the right kind of run on the turf as well. I think this horse will offer a pretty good late kick at some decent value.
All right, yeah, Charlie Mops only has to carry 114 today with the 7-pound apprentice Charlie Marquez. Golden Emperor, the 10-year-old, has a bunch of backlash. Russell and McCarthy, that's who I have on top here in race 10. So they both won 3 yesterday. Russell's the leading rider with 10, McCarthy with 9, Toledo with 7, Rosado and Pimentel, they both have 4. Claudio's your leading trainer with 6, and then Trombetto and Corral is tied with 4 wins. So Big 10 race card today. We know there'll be some big bombs on the tote board. Hopefully, I know you have a couple long shots on top. I take a couple shots as well. Hopefully, we're close somewhere there, Keith.
That sounds good. Yeah, you got to reach in, look for some value here. We've seen it day in and day out. You're not gonna survive playing chalk here. You're gonna get burned. Dig a little deeper, spread a little bit. That's why I like doing those races. I'll pick a couple horses 8, 12 to 1, using top and bottom in the exactas, and hopefully get that big score.
All right, beautiful weather, fast and firm. Dave Rodman coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.